Fear of losing can lead and create and result in such a mess. Fear of losing has completely unintended consequences. Let's take a relationship. You want somebody. The relationship could be of any type: parent and child, sibling, friendship, or you are dating somebody. And you want to have a positive, loving relationship with that person. You don't want love lost in that relationship. You want that person to be protected. You want that person to be happy. You want that person to feel good with you, about you, love you, honor you back, etc. And yet there can be some fear. I don't want to lose my relationship with that person. I don't want to lose my graces with that person. I don't want this person to think bad about me. I don't want this person to feel bad about me. I don't want to think bad or feel bad about this person or this relationship. And any other ideas one may have. Fear can evolve out of it, and it is self-created and self-inflicted. Yes, one may be triggered by the other person, one may be triggered by the circumstances, or one's own thoughts and feelings can trigger the fear of losing in you. So once the fear of losing builds momentum and takes a grip on you, it can feel suffocating. It can make you feel powerless. It can make you feel utterly sad. The feeling of being a victim can be so overwhelming that it can leak and leach into other aspects of your life, work, other relationships, your own goals and aspirations, your own mental, physical health. It can impact your household. It can impact your financial well-being. So the fear of losing manifests the fear, even if there's nothing to be afraid. The fear of losing manifests itself. Fear by itself is obviously an imaginary thing. Fear is imaginary, but the feeling one feels when feeling afraid is very real. And that feeling of fear can cripple you. It can cripple the way you think. It can cripple the way you feel. It promotes poor decision making. It promotes poor actions. You end up saying stupid things. You end up doing stupid things. You end up thinking of the worst. And it annoys the heck out of the other person or people involved. And when it annoys them, you start to justify your fears. You say, see, I knew it. I was afraid of this. But why was or is that person annoyed at you in the first place? The person is annoyed at you because of your stupid thinking and stupid words and stupid activities driven by your own fears, which are not real. So, fear of losing is a self-fulfilling prophecy. It is a downward slope. It gains more momentum. The further you go down, it goes faster and it becomes unstoppable force, overwhelming, and it destroys everything that comes in its path, including the very love that you're protecting your loved ones from, you're protecting yourself from, you're protecting the relationship from. So, what to do? Something has to give. You have to sacrifice something. Something has to be given up. And the best thing to be given up in this situation, the best thing to sacrifice is the fear itself. Sacrifice the fear on the altar of the present moment, on the altar of love, on the altar of good sense, on the altar of goodness. Face your fear directly. Come face to face with fear, fearlessly. Oh, okay, I cannot say fearlessly because you're already afraid. Okay, doesn't matter. Even if you're afraid, face the fear timidly. Face it. Facing the fear is necessary. And you can go through a so what activity. So what if this happens? There's so many ways of facing fears because uh, each situation will be unique, but the bottom line is your fear of losing. So instead of focusing on fear of losing, you can focus on the opposite. The opposite of fear is love. An opposite of losing is gaining. You are in this relationship because you're excited about gaining love. So focus on what you want to manifest. Focus on gaining love in this relationship instead of the opposite, which is the fear of losing. The energy, actually, you still have to put in it. In fear of losing, you devote your time, attention, and feelings in it. And in the excitement of gaining love, you also do that. Just like it is more expensive to frown and it is cheaper to smile, it's the same way. I love me. Instead of fear of losing, focus on love of gaining. Either way, you're going to manifest it. You're going to manifest what you're afraid to lose. In other words, you will actually end up losing what you're afraid of. Or you can manifest what you love to gain and then have a loving, fulfilling life. So, to loving and fulfilling life, let's sacrifice the fear on the altar of being present. And I love me.